This is a teardown of a QLogic SANbox 1400, and this might be important to know if you have one of these and your fan has gone bad. There's this back plate here that needs to be taken off first to get to it, and essentially, just looking at here, there's some spring-loaded tabs. Let's see if I can do this without breaking it. As tempting as it is to give it the flow treatment, I think this is the one time where it actually won't pay off. Oh, I have my fingers under the wrong spot. So you need to wedge your fingers under this plastic cover, and then you stick your screwdriver and you pry against the plastic tab, so that means prying the top of the screwdriver towards you, so it pushes out that way. One more here. You flip it over, same deal. Find the edge. Be a little bit tighter now because we've lifted it up on the other side. You also might want to wedge something under. I don't have anything good nearby. You might want to wedge something under the cover on the other side, just so it can't pop back down on you. And that actually might make it easier to get the other side off. Oh, nice. There we go. An older unit, but who knows, you might want to be nice to it. Is that interesting? How in the world? Looks like the cover might be held on with spring-loaded tabs. That can't be right. I wonder if maybe it's just loose. I don't know. I think these are holding on somehow. This one's a little less obvious. Oh, alright, you have to push it towards the inside. And now it's released. So you can see how this metal tab sticks out. It's I believe it's yeah, so it's engaging with this little indentation here. Also, before you put the cover back on, you will probably have to bend that back out just so it'll re-engage properly. It is wild how this is apparently 100% toolless. Alright, let's see. Well, looks like you gotta move this out anyways if you want to get the PCB out. Does it slide back? Up? Over? Oh, nuts. Let's see here. Oh. So, tab on each side. So the little case locks that you have to push in. And now the PCB should slide out. There we go. I guess this is a very odd design. I've never seen something designed like this before. There we go. Got the fan loose. The fan was in the way. Once you slide it back far enough, it'll lift up, turn out. And here you go. Fan is an oddball little 2-pin header thingy, so if you replace the fan, you're going to want to probably be ready to cut the wires and splice them on your new fan. Got a little stick of memory in here. It's like non-ECC, potentially. Yeah, 8 chips. No clue what it'd be. I mean, it's either DDR or SD-RAM. That is quite the hefty little board. This has no power supply. There's an external power supply that it relies on. I'm surprised all the power regulation stuff is so far away from the power jack. Usually they keep that stuff pretty close. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know if this has dual boot flash or... I don't know. There's 2 flash looking chips there. Oh, come on, focus for me. And it even says NAND 512 W3A 2C and B. Not too much to see on the bottom, just passives, and then these two chips here, and looks like maybe some controller chips for the serial port. Top side, got a lot of power regulation, and I swear my camera is being dumb today. Cortina chip. I'm pretty sure this chip under this heatsink is going to be QLogic branded because memory serves correct, they make their own stuff. It's one of those annoying chips. I'm not going to be able to, so you can't really pop the heatsink off this because the heat spreader is attached in a screwy way. Might be able to get under that with my fingernail and a thinner bit. Not that one, let's not ruin that one. I can lift it up. It's either going to be a QLogic chip or a Broadcom. I would not be expecting anything other than those two brands, but more than likely QLogic. Yep. If I can get the sticky pad off, the thermal transfer pad, see what it is. Mostly. Interesting. I'm kind of getting some glances. You might be too, but I'll give you a good look here. It's a QLogic Opal A1, apparently made by IBM in Canada. Interesting. Huh. But, yeah, so that's the inside of this SANbox 1400. And it's really interesting, the case design. I've never seen something this toolless for a piece of networking gear. You would have expected at least a couple screws, but seems for like a fairly nice design overall though. But hopefully that was interesting, and thanks for watching.